Heroes Toy Reviews is not intended for children or anyone under the age of 17.
Well, as you can see, I'm wearing my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles shirt, which can only indicate one thing. That's right, it is now time for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Month. And in celebration of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Month, I've made this special one-time intro for such occasion. Now roll that beautiful bean footage, or turtle footage. Be looking at the 1980s turtles, more specifically the 1980s turtle toys. The second day of Turtle Month, and you know what that means. This is the wild party dude of the bunch, Michelangelo, the jump for it! Hello everybody and welcome to Hebrews Toy Reviews. I'm your host, Hebrew77, and yes, this officially is Turtle Month. Now I do realize that we are into the middle of February, however, that will not show a shortage of turtle reviews. In fact, I am jam-packed with turtle reviews, which you will get almost every day of the week except for Saturday and Sunday for the remainder of this month. Now today's review will be Raphael with storage shell. Yes, these were a thing that came out back in the late 80s, early 90s, about when the turtle toys were super popular. I think they were slightly different than this, I don't know. But this is a re-release, much like they've been doing for the past decade or so now. They have re-released these original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toys, and I have some of the collection. I have all four original Ninja Turtles when they did this back in I want to say 2010, somewhere in that, where they revived it for the 25th year anniversary of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And now we're going into what, 34, 35 year of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm not quite sure, I'll have to look that up, but yes, today, just for today, we're reviewing this retro style Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle action figure. Now these card backs are different than when they did the retro style action figures back in 2010. They redid the packaging. Of course, it has Nickelodeon on it now. And on the back of each one of these, apparently there is a file card, much like G.I. Joe. This is still in Playmates style. As you can see, it still has Playmates on there. But with all that being said, why am I talking about this all now? Let's get to the review. Here we have, for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Month, or just Turtle Month, what a way to kick off Turtle Month. We have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Raphael with storage shell, the turtle team with a crafty compartment. Okay, so here you see, first of all, the paint job is way different. The red here is way brighter. You got a way brighter yellow R, which almost looks like a Robin R. You got all kinds of neat little weapons here. There's his size, and I think even the weapons are lighter when it comes to the color. You've got a pizza slice that has these little spikes on it, almost like a throwing star type thing. And then you have a mace and an axe, which I think at this time, and a boomerang looks like, which I think at this time, the third movie had been released. And of course, you know what that movie was all about. But looking at this card back, it's very interesting. It doesn't stray too much from what I was talking about earlier on, the 2010, when Playmates had their attempt. This card back looks much more like the original card backs, but you could tell the difference between the color and tone of the two card backs. And besides this having like a Nickelodeon logo on it, there really is not a whole lot of difference. Of course, this is more colorful than this one. And of course, you don't get your, profile, but rather a comic book piece which shows the story of how the turtles came to be. And you have on the back of this one retail cross cells that are coming out, that were coming out at the time. This one also has, which I just noticed, the Nickelodeon name in the title. So Nickelodeon has been doing this for quite many years now. But if you look at the weapons on this one compared to this one, you can see the darkerness in the weapons. But let's get back to what we're reviewing, the Raphael storage shell. Over here you'll see it says new shell opens for weapon storage, and down below it is kind of funny, but also kind of nasty, I guess. Depends on how you want to see it, but it says, "Shove it in my shell." Okay. Way to be not so discreet there, Raphael. Just saying. I might want to, go on a Grinder app or something else for that, Not something you want to shout out in public. Let's just say that. So then we flip over the back of the card back. And here's also where these things differ. Over here at the top, you can see a sticker covering the turtle logo. You still get that sort of comic book origin story, much like on this one. But in this one, where it looks more like the original and it looks more graphed out with the sewer pipes coming around, this one just looks like plain and to the touch. It has none of that old comic booky look feeling. In fact, they darkened the colors up a little bit. They made them brighter. They've made them pop better. This one is just straight from a comic book strip. Even the dullness of it, the colors aren't quite as crisp and clear as this card back. And then of course this one has a cross cell as well, but instead of other enemies or other turtles, they're showing the same line of turtles, which I don't think happened in the original card back. And also what's new with these is that each turtle gets his own file card, much like they did with G.I. Joe. So let's go ahead and read this file card. We have Raphael, portrait of Raphael with storage shell. The turtles team with a crafty compartment, visual statistics, accessories, Okay, now they're going to talk about the weapons. Manta Axe, 2 size, 2 Ninja Stars, Blowfish Mace, Ninja Rang Pizza Disc. That's what the name of that one is. Capacity, 14 turtle tons. Favorite musical group, The Doors. Well, that's interesting. So they're definitely beckoning it back towards the 80s, and heck, in this case, even the 70s. So let's go ahead and read his file card. Master of the back attack, rafts ready to blast those sewer-soaked footfools with everything packed in his shell. This tricky turtle teen loves to fake out the foot into thinking he's empty-handed. But we all know better than that. With just a flick of his shell, he's got everything a foot-fighting hero needs. A Manta Axe for the clan's transistorized teeth, and a ninja ring for for hacking hoods in half, a blowfish mace to knock out the clan's... Oh, I've already read all that. I'm sorry. Sorry, folks. I got lost here. But that's not all. Raft's super storage shell still has room for more secret sewer stuff like Ninja Stars and Pizza Disc. So don't worry. When Raft's all alone and surrounded by a horde of henchmen... cause his secret stash of foot-flipping weapons is always right behind him. You see the way they worded that, and then said cause right in mid-sentence. It's just weird to me. Also, it's kind of weird to me that their shells, which I thought were supposed to be an organic part of their body, like opens up in the back. I always and stores weapons. That's kind of weird. Isn't that like the inside of their body? Like inside the shells is where the rest of their body is? I don't know. And also, the original design of the turtles, the weapons, like just his normal weapons, like his size, can be stored on the outside of the body, and it looks like that's still the case now, except it looks like with these the weapons are on the back of the shell rather than the front with the belt. However, when you look at his belt, it still has those things to store his size in, so I don't think that the back of the picture is giving way to too much what do you call it. But anyway, let's see what Raphael with storage shell looks like outside the package. Here is storage shell Raphael. There's a couple things I wanted to point out right off the bat. As you can see from inside the package, actually, is the gums that they gave him. They gave him red gums, and his bandana seems to be a little bit longer, are designed a little bit differently than the original turtles, but other than that, I really can't see a difference. Now, the size are the same that he's had originally. This one's kind of bent funny, but they do tend to do that. And they fit nicely right there in front. And as you can see, he has the red elbow pads on both elbows, red knee pads on both knees. And now we will turn him around to see that he still has this thing here on the back which could hold weapons as well. Put the boomerang there. Well, the boomerang's not fitting in there too well, but it can. So my question now is, What's with the storage shell? Like, why do we even need it? We've got his main weapons there in front. Well, I guess these other weapons here could fit in there. So now the gimmicky part of this turtle, as we will do it this way, put these weapons in there and see if in fact all the weapons that he comes with do they fit? And let's see, so far not really too good. Oh, there we go. Yes, they do fit, they do close. But my question is, what if you were to put these size in there? I don't know. I don't think that all the weapons wouldn't that fit in the shell of Raphael. Now, what do I think of this action figure? Well, not really much to say about him. I do like the storage shell because my turtles do come with a lot of extra weapons, and that is a good way of being able to save your weapons and maintain them and not lose them. This is something that came out in the 90s, and I have a look at that. Can we get a look at the original? Let's see if we have a picture. Is there a picture over here? Now that you've seen the original shell storage turtles, you take a look at these now. I have one big issue with this, and that's the mouth. The mouth is wide, the teeth look fierce, and I'm sure that's what they were going for. But, God, he's got a lot of teeth. I mean, I've never seen a turtle with so much teeth in my life. Ay, ay, ay. Forget eating pizza. These boys go down to Logan's Steakhouse and eat their weight in steak. But what do I feel about the figure overall should be the main question. Well, I actually like it. I like the look. It's aesthetically pleasing. The colors all pop better than the original turtles. I like the storage gimmick because it works not just as a gimmick, but it holds all of the extra weapons that your turtles come with. I just wish they would have made more like this. That's my only complaint. And of course the mouth. If we could get them better mouths, that would be quite nice. But that pretty much does it for this review. And I give this Raphael 1 thumb out of 3. So, well, there you have it. There's your first review of Turtle Month. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Raphael with storage shell. Now, they did have the storage shell Ninja Turtles back in the day. However, I never collected them because by the time these came out, I was done with collecting toys for the time being at that time. In fact, I think I've also moved on to Batman toys. We will talk about that at another time for another video. But until that does happen, this is Turtle Month, and I hope you watch each and every video for the remainder of the month of February, because next month, well, we'll get to that or another video for another time. But until then, just remember that knowing isn't just half the battle, it's the whole damn war. See you next time.